Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first webinar of the S+T+ARTS program regarding our open call. We are very grateful that you're with us here today. Thank you for being interested in this project. And we hope that it's going to be to your liking, and we are looking forward to your applications. Before we go on, maybe Matthias wants to say something. He's the project chairman.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to the presentation of our regional center. I will get straight on the point of our AIR regional center, which is that one of the most important aspects of our regional center is that for the first time, two high-performance computing centers are working together. And in our regional center, we are really looking for the artists and scientists, researchers to work together as equals on eye level. So that is not the artist who calls up the service for technology and knowledge in our regional center. Instead, it is the scientist who can also significantly influence the work to the arts. And there should be real technology and knowledge transfer between artists and scientists. And another point, strong point, is our partners in these projects who are centers of competence in different fields and come together here. This will be explained to you even more in this presentation. And we are all conscious of the fact that artists and scientists work with the same tools in this age, in this period of generation we are, and are now also coming together over this. Another aspect is that we think that progress in any fields, especially in society, can only take place if we act in an interdisciplinary way. And so our goal for the regional center is also to bring the results into society, and then they can be further developed. So now we're looking forward to hear the presentation of Matve. And yeah, again, a warm welcome to our regional center, AIR.
All right, thank you, Matthias, for this introduction. First of all, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the agenda for today. We're going to be meeting for an hour. The Welcome to AIR thing is what's next. We're going to be explaining what S+T+ARTS is, what AIR is, what our concept is. After that, we will be explaining who we are, who's involved in the project. After that, we will be taking a look at the local hubs that will be founded for this. We have prepared some videos for you. I think this is going to be fun. And then we will go to the open call, what we offer you if you apply for us, what we are looking for in you, how to apply, how the processes will be working, and so on. And after that, you will have 20 minutes to ask questions. You can already start asking questions now. If you think of something, please put it in the chat and we will answer it later in the end. So, S+T+ARTS is a project of the European Commission, which has been in place for a couple of years. S+T+ARTS is an abbreviation. It stands for Science, Technology, and Arts. And what S+T+ARTS is trying to do is to organize residencies and foster collaboration between artists and scientists, as Matthias said previously. Our specific project, the AIR for European Resilience Project, is, who could have thought, about air. Air is all around us. It is necessary for life, but it's so much more. We don't just need it to breathe. It's a multi-sensory experience. We need it to smell. We need it to experience sound, touch. Our sight is affected by air. Everything, everything, everything. Even our language could not have been developed in that form if it wasn't for air. So what we are trying to look at in this project is how is air intertwined with all of our lives, our daily lives, our professional lives, and so on and so forth. So this is like a general overview. I don't know, Matthias or Leah, do you have something to add before we go introducing the partners?
No, it's fine. I think it's good to to present the partners. Thanks, Matvey.
All right. Thank you. In this case, let's go and briefly introduce all of the partners in this consortium. And we start with the Media Solutions Center, who is leading this consortium. And Matthias, maybe you can say a couple of words for yourself, since you're the leader.
Okay. Yeah, Matthias again here, General Manager of the Media Solutions Center, Baden-Württemberg. Media Solutions Center is founded from the High Performance Computing Center HRS in Stuttgart and the CKM Center of Media Art in Karlsruhe and the High School of Media in Stuttgart. They are our core partners. And our main goal is to connect the culture and creative industry to the High Performance Computing Center. And we said also before, it's not only about this wonderful tool to have one of the most potential computers in our hand. It's also about knowledge and technique transfer, and that we are standing for. And also the Media Solutions Center is in co-founder and lead partner of the EIT, European Institute of Innovation Technology for Culture and Creativity, who starts in 2024. And we are also not only co-founder, we are our lead partner, and we are running many projects for the EIT special. The Media Solutions Center is also chairman of the European platform from the EIT, the Next Renaissance, and that I think you can hear with this name, the Next Renaissance, that all's coming now together, that artists, scientists are working together, and yeah, that is the main work of the Media Solutions Center.
All right, thank you, Matthias. Just one small correction for the protocol. It's not the High School of Media, it's the Stuttgart Media University. But that's just how the German language works. So let's go on. The HLRS is, besides being one of the members of the Media Solutions Center, is High Performance Computing Center, one of the biggest in Germany. It was the first one that was established, working on different topics around high performance computing, sharing computer resources, doing own research, as well as some training and teaching of these technologies. One important part of the HLRS is the visualization lab, which will be very involved in this project. It's about visualizing simulation results, which can be obtained by high-performance computing. But later on, we will have a video where it's explained in a little more detail. So this is HLRS. Next up is the Barcelona Supercomputing Center. It's one of the biggest supercomputing centers in Europe as well. Provides infrastructure, does its own research, provides infrastructure for other people's research, a very big player in this space, plays a big role in the whole HPC landscape in the whole Europe, leading projects there, and so on and so forth. So very important scientific partner of ours. Next up is Fundación Épica La Fura del Baus, which is a foundation and a research center for advanced technological art in Barcelona. It has its roots in performing arts. La Fura del Baus is a performing arts company, and Fundación Épica is its research center, looking at interactive performances and stuff like that and other advanced technological art, always looking at humanities, science, and technology. Next up, we have the Sony Computer Science Laboratories. It's one of 4 laboratories who is joining us, which is the Rome Laboratory in Italy. It is a research center as well, mainly working on the topics of sustainable cities, augmented creativity, and the infosphere. And looking at how science, technology, and art can be used for the public good. Next up is InfoArt, and I think Leah or Rodolfo can say something about that.
Yeah, good afternoon also. I'm one of the co-founders of InfoArt, Institute for Art-Driven Innovations. We've been involved in many different STARTS projects, but also bottom-up initiatives to bring this forward in the collaboration between artists, business, technology, science, in the pursuit of art-driven innovation. And we will be one of the skill partners in this consortium.
Awesome. Next up is Pina, and I think Taya wanted to say a few words about them.
Yeah, good afternoon to all of you from Pina. I hope that you hear me because we have a poor connection today. But yeah, Pina is a Slovenian cultural and educational nonprofit organization. We are merging art, science, and technology to foster sustainable development and empower communities. Our regional START center is in Slovenia, Koper and Ljubljana, and is a part of HEKA's experiential spatial audio unit Huber, where we create immersive audio experiences, driving innovation and co-creation in research projects, hardware and software development, installations, and art festival contributions. So this is it from us for now.
Awesome. Thank you, Taya. Thank you, everybody. And then last but not least, the 8th partner is RCR Lab A, which is an open architecture lab from Spain. And they are all about the experience of space, whether it is urban space, natural space, whatever you can think of. Space is what they're all about. And the space around us mostly is occupied by air. So the connection should be pretty clear. This is it for the partners. Now we will be presenting the 4 local hubs which will be created and which you will be working in if you join us for this project, if you are selected. These regional hubs will be located in Barcelona, in Ljubljana and Koper, in Stuttgart, Germany, and in Rome, Italy. And we have prepared these videos together with the scientists and the leaders in these respective hubs, who will be talking about the tools you will be able to use and how they see this project.
Welcome to the Stuttgart Regional Hub of the STARTS Air program. At our hub, we have established a strong relationship between 2 neighboring institutions. One in particular is the HLRS, with its immense computing power and its expertise in computing, and the neighboring institution of the HDM, which is the Hochschule der Medien, one of the largest media universities in Europe. Together we have founded the Media Solution Center, an association consisting of partners from the creativity and cultural industries. By combining the computational power of the HLRS and the artistic and media-oriented know-how of the HDM, we aim to drive groundbreaking new initiatives and ideas within the STARTS ecosystem.
Welcome to the Visualization Lab at HLRS, University of Stuttgart. The HLRS is a national supercomputer center. We have one of the fastest computers in Germany standing up there in the server room. You can use these supercomputers to run in-depth simulations on various topics. But you can also visualize the simulation results coming out of these simulations in virtual and augmented reality. For that, we have a couple of toys in our visualization lab, like the bicycle simulator over here, a Porsche driving simulator on a motion platform, as well as a wheelchair simulator. On this side, you see some augmented reality setups. We do visualization of virtual wind tunnels in augmented reality, or like here, airflow around buildings. All that is possible using AR. And to my right, you see our music setup, a MIDI drum kit, as well as a MIDI guitar. And we use these to do 3D visualizations and space generation in virtual reality. So this here is our cave. It's a projection room that you can use It consists of 3 walls, the ceiling and the floor. We project stereo images, so you have 3D vision, and we are tracking the viewer's perspective to allow for a seamless interaction in that virtual environment. Our scientific focus here will be manifold. We will have climate and wind flow, air quality simulations in here, but we're not limited to that. It can be anything from biological problems over engineering simulations. But a focus on high-performance computing would definitely be appreciated. This example here is a visualization of our campus with our new server room, and I can show you a noise simulation showing the noise pollution that we spread out from our cooling of the new servers. This way you can explore your simulation results and analyze them in groups together with all relevant stakeholders of such projects. We're looking forward to hosting some crazy artists with nice ideas about supercomputing, AI, or 3D printing or robots in virtual reality, in augmented reality. Everything is possible here, and I hope we'll have fun together.
Thanks so much for watching this introduction video of HECA. This is an arts and science lab established in Koper, Slovenia, and is part of PINA, an NGO that has been running projects of social innovation for more than 20 years. And we're part of the 4 regional hubs of the project AIR. We named the facility KUBE, Experiential Spatial Audio Unit, as we're focusing on different forms of exploring the possibilities of immersive sound. For that, we offer 3 different arrays of speaker systems, allowing a truly immersive experience, including a 12-channel ambisonic system, a Dolby Atmos monitoring system, parametric speakers for directional sound, and even transducers attached to the listener's chair. These systems are units that can be used individually or combined to suit the unique needs of each project. To date, we have produced and post-produced nearly 20 sound works to push the boundaries of these emerging technologies. Additionally, we have different microphone systems for ambisonic recording of the room, offering a possibility of mixing binaural versions of the works that we host and produce. As a curator and R&D director of KUBE, I will be in charge of receiving the applicants, the selected applicants who will be doing the residency with us, and we'll try to fulfill the ideas of this project. We have 2 residencies that are going to be taking place here. We're also going to have 3 workshops and 3 lectures as part of the activities of the hub. And I will be in charge of guiding the project and mentoring if it's necessary, and find solutions, and if we need more equipment, trying to solve it technologically with the partners that we have. We have one facility nearby with whom we're going to be doing part of the residencies, called InnoRenew. As a multifunctional space, KUBE can be a production and post-production studio, an individual listening room, a research facility, and an educational center for workshops and seminars. We develop at least one different workflow for every piece produced in the space, since each visitor has different necessities and their special ideas are transformed into practical tools for others to use.
Welcome. Make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes and relax.
name is Milena and I'm in charge of communications at Sony Computer Science Laboratories in Rome. So, nice to meet you all. If you are watching this movie, you probably know about the STARTS initiative, so I'm not going to say anything about this amazing project, but know that it is the second time we participate into the project because we really love it. Sony Computer Science Laboratories, or better, Sony CSL, which is our shorter name, is a pure research entity within the big Sony galaxy. So even though we are embedded in the big galaxy, we still remain a very independent planet. So this means that most of the people who work here, they are researchers and they are absolutely free to explore the most diverse research fields according to their interests, according to their skills, or maybe according to their backgrounds, and why not, according to their dreams. Our researchers do have some specific themes they focus on, but the range of activities we can develop within Sony CSL is very wide. For example, we start from the exploration of human language to music, from the future of our cities or our urban environment to the development of sustainable agriculture, or for example from the development of artificial intelligence to the application of this new and challenging technology to human creativity. In addition to this lab, we have 3 more laboratories all over the world. The first one is in Tokyo and it is our headquarters. The second one is in Paris and the third one is in Kyoto. Here in Rome, we are proudly led by Vittorio Loreto, who is our director, and among all the incredible things he does, he is a physicist and a professor of complex systems at the Sapienza University of Rome. He achieved to give this laboratory a very unique mark, because everything at Sony CSL Rome is based on a simple word. This word is creativity. Actually, creativity for us is not just a simple word, and creativity is not simple at all. Actually, it is complex, and it is not a simple process, it is not an attitude, it is not a quality. For us, creativity is a tool we can use and explore to solve the big problems of our era. And if you are curious about how creativity can help us to solve big problems, I leave the floor to my colleagues Alessandro, Igor and Matteo. Bye.
Hi, I am Alessandro Londei and I am the leader of the Augmented Creativity team at Sony CSL in Rome. With my collaborators, we aim to equip artificial intelligence with the ability to explore what we call the space of novelties, that is, the place where all the new potential relevant and valuable items are contained, just waiting to be revealed. In a few words, creativity. That's why we are deeply involved in new AI algorithms for some more natural way to let AI and humans interact with uncommon communication channels like movements in performing arts. We are very skillful in machine learning and artificial intelligence science, and ready to collaborate with artists engaged in this topic.
Hi, I am Igor. I am an associate researcher at Sony CSL Rome in the Sustainable Cities team. So me and my colleagues, we work doing research on different aspects and scales of cities. Just to give you one example, we do research to understand how do people choose different places to visit and whether they will take a car or public transportation to go to those places. Right now, we are looking forward to work on this new project that will connect science, technologies and art to promote a sustainable city.
Hi there, I am Matteo and I'm a researcher at Sony CSL Rome in the Sustainable Cities team. I'm a mathematician, but I enjoyed very much last year working in the 2 STARS project that we followed related to cities. One was with Olga Kiseleva and was related to trees and the city, and the other one was with Susi Gucce, and it was exploring the life cycle of waste inside the city. So this year I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to explore the interplay between science, technology and arts again.
Welcome to BSC. This is the building where we work and where we hold the supercomputer Mare Nostrum. Let's take a tour.
So, welcome back. I hope these videos gave you the necessary overview over our regional hubs. These videos will be also put online, so if you missed something, it's no problem. You can look at it later. We will be putting them on our website, and you will be getting them by mail as well. Another important thing in the guide for applicants, which we will be talking about a bit later as well, there's the annex number 2, where all the tools of our regional hubs are explained in a little more detail. So it's worth to take a look at that as well. So, and now we come to our scientific directions and scientific challenges. So please, Lia and Rodolfo, it's your turn. Thanks.
Yes, I will say a word or two about that. Thank you, Matvey. Can you go to the next slide? Hello, everybody. Good good afternoon. I'm going to keep this quite brief because you can read most of it in the guide for applicants as well. But I just want to say a couple of words to you around how we set up these directions and what is expected from your side. This open call, the AIR open call, is going to be a two-stage open call, which is a bit different compared to most STARTS calls, if you have been familiar with those, and otherwise it's new anyhow. It means that in the first round, we do not ask you to complete a full proposal with ideas developed, etc. No, we rather ask from you two things: a motivation and more of a reflection or a vision, if you will, on one of two directions that we have set. These directions, they overlap different hubs and different partners. So we also do not ask you to select which partners to work with or which hubs to work with now. You can indicate your preference, but also the matching will come later in the second stage of this open call. Now, these directions, there are two. This is the first one, resilient interspecies urban ecosystems, which is basically a very complicated sentence for asking you to reflect on the idea on making the invisible urban structures visible or experiential. So everything that has to do around experiencing with a multitude of our senses, sensory transformations, working with virtual replicas and how we respond to those, the role of sound, as you've seen also in the videos quite extensively. Those are the types of topics that we're looking for in this direction. So again, we don't ask you to select exactly what you want to do and present it to us, but to give your reflection on this topic, on this direction, if that suits your practice and your interest best. What we ask you to do is reflect on the overall direction and one or two specific challenges, if you will. They're not really challenges in the sense that we ask you for an answer, but they are more questions that you can base your reflection upon. And we have 3 of them in this direction, just as in the second one. So the first one is mostly around the role of sound and how will cities sound, urban acoustic experiences, those kind of topics. The second one, virtual replicas, working with urban digital twins to explore urban futures. And the third one is around new interaction interfaces and immersive experiences that communicate through multiple senses. Can we go to the next one, Matvey? This is the second one, human AI ecosystems, which is already a bit less complicated than the first title, but this one focuses on how we live, or more practically how we will learn to live with AI. So it's around ideas of AI literacy, responsible AI development, humanizing technologies. Those kind of topics are important here. And again, with 3 distinct challenges or questions, of which you can choose 1 or 2 if this is the direction that appeals to you most, to base your proposal upon, your application upon. The first one is all around interacting with digital replicas of our inner bodies, the inside of our bodies. The second one is around virtuous cycles of human-AI collaboration. So how humans and AI, humans and machines form an ecology now and towards the future. And the third one is around perceiving the world around us and how that changes when AI becomes a communicating actor. Maybe it already has become that or is about to, both for humans and also specifically here, non-humans, if that's more in your line of interest. So that for now on the directions and the challenges. What we offer and look for, yes. So what we offer, you saw quite a bit already in the videos, I hope, of what we really offer, literally offer. Summed up, there's of course a budget. The budget is lump sum, which means it is 40,000 euros for every project that will be granted. We mentioned up to, that means that the budget is always 40,000, but if you don't deliver, you won't get it. That's basically what up to means in this context. And this is really, just like Matthias said multiple times in the beginning, around collaboration. We're looking for artists who are interested to collaborate and to co-produce with us in a team consisting of researchers, experts, mentors, together with you as an artist. That's why you will also be mentored conceptually, mostly by RCR, the partner with a lot of experience around architecture and air, around artistic production, experiences and storytelling, mostly in the tool set of Epica Foundation in Badalona, and also the Media Solutions Center, as explained in the video, and art-driven innovation, which is mentored by InfoArt, of which I am also a part of. Now, what we offer, you can see it all in the documents. It's, of course, access to a lot of things, to knowledge, to tools, to places, to computing power, but mostly to us as a network to collaborate on the project ideas that we will also develop together based on your reflections in your proposal or in your application. And apart from that, when you collaborate with us in the AIR project, you also have access to a much wider network of European STARTS organizations, including universities, companies, partners that are not directly involved in this project, but will always be approached and involved when that is necessary based on the topic. Then what are we looking for in you? We are looking for artists. That's the first thing. And an artist is a broad definition. We define it as you are an artist if you consider yourself professionally developing and executing your self-initiated projects, and you call them artistic projects. That is the very base. Then on top of that, it would be very helpful if you're capable of working with technologies and exploring digital questions. We will ask for references and background projects to test that if your profile fits the kind of knowledge and expertise that we are looking for. So you as an artist, if you consider yourself a thinker-maker with technical knowledge and expertise, then that's the first check. The second one is an interest in working with high-performance computing and also having ideas what to use high-performance computing for. I don't think I have to explain that more than now. We have these two computing centers in the consortium. You saw them, you heard about them, and we really want artists with challenging and provocative ideas and suggestions how to use that computing power in these projects. Now, then, when you get selected for this residency, or even when you get pre-selected for the second stage, we hope you have availability to collaborate, both digitally and virtually and physically. First, mostly digitally in the second stage. In the guide for applicants, you can also read what the expected dates are and timings are of the matchmaking, but then later on, both digitally and physically at the hubs. It is expected that if you are selected for this residency and you get a residency, that at least multiple times, a consecutive amount of days, you will be working from the hub itself, from the location. Last but not least, it is important that you are either an established citizen or have a permanent residency in any of the eligible countries, which is basically all the European Union countries and a list of associated countries to Horizon. In the guide for applicants, you see a list of all of these countries. If you are not living, working, or permanently residing in any of those countries, please reach out to us and see if you are eligible, because maybe you are not. Then the next slide, Matvey, please. Yeah, just to conclude this part, two short examples of other STARTS-related projects and their outcomes. These are just generic examples, and they have nothing to do with the topic here of AIR or what we expect from you directly, but it does say something about what we consider a proof of concept or a prototype or a digital version artistic outcome. Now, this is part of the Better Factory program. You can look it up if you're interested to know what happens there. It is based on collaboration between art, technology, and industry. And in this specific project, the three of those collaborated in developing a new algorithmic tool, the loop algorithm, they call it. And the loop algorithm is based on the notion that we could print in the future, very much similar to how we have obtained basket weaving and other traditional skills in the past. That was a quest which did not exist. It required computation skill, scientific skills, entrepreneurial skills, and most definitely artistic skills to bring this algorithm about. And this algorithm is now used in various contexts. Now, that as a high-over example is the types of outcomes that we could also expect from this air residency. Pieces of software or pieces of algorithm that could be used in multiple situations after the project. A second brief example comes from the predecessor of this program. This project is a scenario for DNA data storage in urban forests, and it led to an artistic work in progress, which was also part of an exhibition at the ZPM Center for Media Kunsten in Karlsruhe, Germany. Now, this is just to show you that when we think about where the types of projects that we are going to develop with you after your initial proposals could lead to, it's both prototypes or proof of concepts that could live on their own and be used in various contexts, as well as artistic works probably in progress that can be showcased within the context of air or outside of that. I think that's it for my side. Mate, back to you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Rodolfo. This was very insightful. Now we go to the open call formalities. And since we're already a little bit late, I'm going to be doing it a little more fastly than I originally planned. So first of all, our timeline, the open call is already open. You can submit your application today. But of course, you should take your time, and you have a lot of it because the deadline for your submission is September 22nd. So you still have, like, I think 2 months. There will be a second webinar in a month. So make sure to attend that as well. It's going to have a little bit of another focus, more on the scientific challenges side. And less of the organizational part. So it's going to be something new. It's not going to be the same thing over again. So definitely worth to check it out. And then after the deadline, we need a little more time to review your applications and start the evaluation process, which will take a while as well. As we said, it's a two-step application process. It is described very well in our guide for applicants, which is the most important document for you if you want to apply to this program. So make sure to read it very thoroughly. I know it's a bit long, but it has all of the information you need. It has everything we talked about today in a lot more detail, as well as other topics which we didn't have time to cover today. So take a look at that. It's on our website, and we will be sending it afterwards as well. Yeah, as was previously mentioned, the evaluation has 2 phases. The first one will be your expression of interest. We'll be looking at that. And after that, we will have some matchmaking, which I will describe a couple slides from now. To apply, you need to fill out this form. It is on our website, or you can use this link. So you have to fill everything out, all the fields which are required, but you can fill out even more than that. You can add your portfolio. Up to 4 projects is possible, but 2 are necessary. So you have to have at least 2 presentable projects for this. Originally, I wanted to go through it a little bit more, but I think looking at the time, we'll skip that. It should be pretty self-explanatory, and if you have any questions, you can contact us as well. Now about the evaluation. After you submit your application, first of all, you can edit your application until the deadline. So if you submit it in a week and on 20th of September, you think, I just need to tinker with it a little bit more, you can. Until the deadline of September 22nd, you can edit your application. But after that, it is done. We will download everything and start with our evaluation. The first steps are pretty basic. We will do an eligibility check to see if you're eligible to receive, to be part of this project at all, which means we'll be taking a look at whether you're from the EU or the associated countries, and so on and so forth. Just a very basic check. After that, we will do a scope screening, if you're in scope or out of the scope of our project. If you basically, we will be taking a look at whether you read our guide for applicants thoroughly and are proposing something that is doable in this project. It has to do with air and high performance computing and so on, everything that's in the guide for applicants. Take a look at that. This is what we're going to be looking at during the scope screening, as well as the internal and external evaluation phase. Your application will be reviewed by 3 people, one of our internal evaluators and then 2 external evaluators. Each of them will basically be giving points. There's a maximum amount of points you can get, and they will be reading your application and giving you points. After that, there will be a consensus meeting where all of the evaluators talk about all the applications they read. We rank them, and by 2/3 majority vote, we will decide on a list of 20 finalists. These 20 finalists will get a message from us notifying them and will be part of our matchmaking sessions. So take a look at the timeline. You need to reserve a little bit time for this matchmaking, where you will be basically joining Zoom calls with our researchers and our collaborators in the regional hubs. They will be talking to you about what you think of the projects, what can be done, and so on and so forth. After that, you will have time to submit your final proposal. So this is like we're coming to the culmination of the second stage. With all the feedback you get from the matchmaking sessions, you can submit your presentation and present it yourself on one of our jury days. There will be 2 jury days, and on one of them you will be able to present your final submission. And after that, we will select the 10 artists who will be joining us for this project. There will be a final formal check, an ethics check, but this is just a small detail. And if this is done, these 10 artists will be able to sign the sub-grant agreement with us and start working on the project. If I missed something, please edit my colleagues, but I think this should be it. Here are a couple of resources from our website, so take a look at that. If anything is missing or you can't find something or you have any other questions, please drop us a message. We have created a mailing list which will go directly to me and my colleagues, and we'll try to answer it as fast as possible. So this is it.